Hello everybody, my name is Cheshirekin, but you can call me Bleh. But you can call me Chesh. Don't call me Pleh, that's rude. Now, I'm going to tell you a story that's embarrassing, awkward, and touching. So I'm gonna call it a mixed up story. Okay. So, it was not this last school year, but the year before that. The school year before that, so 2014 through 2015. That school year. Okay, so that school year, it was towards the end, and we always have this ceremony where we give like awards as Student of the Year, and Best Student in Literacy, Best Student in Math, Best Student in Science, Social Studies, all those things. And everyone thought I was for sure going to get the Literacy Award, right? Because I was always writing, even in math. In all classes, I was writing stories. Always. In literacy, I got the best grades in the class. Or at least some of the best grades. Okay, I can't take all the credit. I got some of the best grades in the class. And if I wasn't writing, I was doodling. And I doodled sometimes, but a majority of the time I was writing. That and my teacher that year had come up with a writing center idea, which is sort of a center for students to go to during elective time to where we can help the students with their writing. Any students of all different age groups that went to our school. So, of course, I joined that because I'm like, writing? Heck yeah, writing center? I can help people with writing? Yeah, let's do this. And I became the president of it. So everyone just assumed that I was going to get this award. So there's me, the president. Then there's, let's call her Melody, the vice president, and let's call her Haley, the second vice president, because you need two vice presidents, they have to both equal my amazingness. Okay, seriously, if you guys are watching this and figure out who you are, then don't take this personally. Oh my gosh. And so this teacher, let's call her Mrs. J. Okay, Mrs. J. So we go down to the commons and we all sit at these lunch tables waiting for the teachers to organize their little ceremony. And, you know, there's all these other awards first. And then Mrs. J comes up and takes out this award and starts talking. This is the Literacy Award. The person who's going to get this is a girl in my class. And everyone just sort of starts turning their heads towards me, like, oh yeah, it's definitely you. It has to be you. I mean, you're always writing. Everyone just expects it to be me, right? You can already tell what's gonna happen. And so, she's in the writing center, writes amazingly. At this point, literally, tables are turned towards me, and people I don't even know are sort of looking at me, like, everyone's looking at her, it must be her. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm so ready for this. Give me that award. I want this award. I got this award. This is mine. I deserve this. And then Mrs. J goes on and says, she's the vice president. And I just sort of look at her in confusion like, what? No, I'm the president, Miss J. Mrs. J, I'm the president. And then some heads turn and start looking at her, at Miss J, and everyone's like, what's going on? So then Miss J continues. She's Melody, the other vice president. And my face just grew so red. I was so hot and my eyes started watering and my throat got that like swelled feeling to where when you try to talk, you just want to cry. And I'm like, oh no, I can't let people see that I'm this upset about not getting the award. I need to play it off cool. So my friend, let's call her Beth. My friend Beth, her eyes like water when she yawns. So I started yawning like over and over and over. And people sort of just looked at me with sympathy, like, oh, that poor girl, she didn't get it, and everyone expected her to. Oh no. And I just totally felt like crying and having a breakdown. Anxiety, panic. I didn't live up to the expectations of everyone. What do I do? Embarrassing. And the looks of sympathy just I wanted to cry so bad. And then after this, we're leaving. My friend, let's call him Jareth. Jareth comes up to me and is all like, "Are you sad that you didn't get that award? Because I think you deserved it more. I think you should have gotten it." And me, I'm just like, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I'm a little sad, but like, she's a great writer. And the truth is, I had never read Melody's work before, ever. Her name's Melody, right? That's the name I gave her. Melanie. It was Melanie, not Melody. Oh my gosh. So then Jareth decided to hang out with me for like all of math. And we were like just fooling around with the yearbook because it's towards the end of the year and stuff. And then all day he was sort of just hanging around me. And I thought that was really sweet of him. And like every once in a while, I'd sort of just look over at him. Like in science, I'd look over at him. And he'd just wander over to me every time I looked at him. He's like, "How you doing? Oh, look, you're doodling again. Yeah. Why aren't you writing?" And I'm just like, "You're being really nice to me, Jareth. Every time I look over at you." Why do I keep looking over at you? That's what I'm wondering. And why do you keep coming over here every time I look over at you? It makes me want to look over at you again. What is this? And so in math, we did this sort of line plot picture thing. And he decided it would be funny to cut every single square on the paper, because it's grid paper, in half and draw eyes in the middle. And he kept Illuminati. Oh my gosh, Illuminati every 3 seconds. Do, 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 do. And so then we go to like a few classes later. It's sort of the end of the day. He's like, "Do you still have the picture?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I ended up keeping it. He's like, "Can I have it back?" And I'm like, "It's in my locker." And I ended up just keeping it for myself as a memory. And so after school, the last class of the day, we were turning in our writing that we had to do the night before. We had to write a 3-paragraph narrative essay, which is sort of, if you don't know what a narrative is, it's a fictional essay, and it had to be about a prompt that we did in our journal. So mine was about like this girl who fell for her best friend, and her best friend fell for her, and they decide to try and go out, and he starts avoiding her, sort of, and he breaks his promises and he misses the dates, and she gets so upset that she actually runs to his house after one of their dates that he missed, and she starts like screaming outside his bedroom window. And I didn't mean for it to come across this way, but apparently it sounded like she was sort of a yandere, a psychotic, lovesick woman. And I'm like, "No, it's supposed to be touching," but you know, whatever. It's okay to look at it that way too. I don't mind it looked at that way. And so we're all turning in our pieces of writing to have Miss J judge them to see who's the best, like, who had the best writing of this prompt. And she picked mine. And I was just like, "In your face, Melanie, in your face," but silently to myself. I was just all smug, like, "Yeah, I know I'm the best. You should have gave that award to me, and now you know it." Oh my gosh. But Melanie's a really cool person, okay? She deserves the award. I know that now because I have read some of her work and it's really good. Okay, continuing. And so Miss J decided to read it in front of the whole class, and I was sort of embarrassed by the way she was reading it because I didn't mean for it to come across as she's an insane person. I meant for it to come across as the dude is stupid and obnoxious, and she was just trying to be a good person. But it didn't turn out that way, but that's okay because I liked the way that she read it. And then after school, Jareth comes up to me and is all like, "Are you gonna make a part 2 for that?" And I'm just like, "No, it's not really meant for a part 2. It's just sort of supposed to end." And he's like, so then I walk home and I was like, "I'm just gonna keep walking now." And he says, "Okay, I'll follow you." And I'm just like, "Okay, Jareth, do your thing, whatever." And then he continues, "And I won't stop until you agree to make a part 2. Then he repeated, make a part 2, like twice in the most obnoxious way, to the point where I was just like, okay, fine, I promise to make a part 2. Okay, I promise. And I'll never break that, okay? Made sure that he heard me before he got on his bus. And we talked a little bit more and he left. And at that point, I thought for sure that I would have a crush on him. I mean, Jareth is pretty cute. But no, I didn't ever have a full crush on him. I just thought he was cute and funny. That's all you need for a crush, right? Cute and funny. No, he's cute and funny. That's that. And so that part 2, I started writing it, and it's still in progress. Like 2 years later, it's still in progress. That's okay, because I'll finish it one of these days. Oh, I think I'm getting sick. This sucks. Anyway, thank you for listening / watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And bye for now.